Hey guys, thanks for checking out this episode of Anderson's Outdoors. I wanted to talk a little bit today about my gardens coming up for this year and the plans that I have for that. And more specifically, what I wanted to talk about is seeds. This year, one of the new plans that I have for my garden is that I am going to try to grow a little bit more into those shoulder seasons. So I've got some seeds that I'm going to plant this year, and I'm going to be planting some real quick here for spring crops. So I'll show you some of the seeds that I have and what I'm planning on actually planting this year, and some of the ways that I am working on getting organized for how to do that, you know, how to plant a spring garden and then summer garden and then my fall garden. And so let me just go ahead and show you the seeds that I have and what I'm going to be planting this year. All right, everybody, so these are my spring seeds that I'm going to put in the ground, and I'll just show you what I've got. I'm going to try possibly this year growing this buckwheat as a cover crop. I've never done that before, but that should be kind of interesting. One time when I lived back in Wyoming, and it was hard to grow a good garden in Wyoming, believe me, we struggled with that. And we had a good year or two, but the growing season is short. But these grew so well there, so I'm going to try these again. And I just have this memory of my daughter when she was, I don't know, she was probably 2 or 3. She would come into the garden with me and walk around, and she used to pick these fava beans. She'd just pull a whole pod off of the plant and just start chewing on it. I thought that was so funny. So it's a little bit of a nostalgic thing too, just thinking about her and all the good times we had in the garden when she was little. But gonna try that again. Fava beans. Like I said, I wanted to go for some onions. I really love sweet onions, and so I'm gonna try to grow these yellow sweet Spanish heirloom onions. Gonna seed those in directly. And I have some deep purple carrots here, not a whole lot, but I'm going to mix that in with this is just a bunch of carrot seed. I think I have some videos from the past of the carrots that I had grown that I let go to seed, and man, I got so much seed. I got enough carrot seed in here to even impress Bugs Bunny. But and beets, I think I'm going to try beets. I want to just see how we like them, and possibly use them for juicing, them and the carrots. That's kind of my plan with that. And then over here, this is the summer plan, and I'm going to be starting some tomatoes pretty soon here. Brad's Atomic Grape. I think these are all heirloom varieties. The purple bumblebee, that sounds pretty cool. And mushroom basket. One of my favorite things, if you followed me on this channel at all, that I really enjoy growing is pumpkins. And I enjoy growing squash and pumpkins of any kind, but a few years back, somebody turned me on. I think it was actually growingyourgreens.com. I think it was John Kohler. He did a video with a guy in California that was growing these Kakai pumpkins, and for the seeds, because these are the seeds that you can just pop these pumpkins open and eat these seeds straight out of the pumpkin. You don't have to dry them. You don't have to cook them. These are, whenever you buy pepitas, like the green pumpkin seeds that some people like to bake with them, some people put them in salads. This is one of the types of pumpkin that you can get those from directly, and they grow really well here. So they're a smaller pumpkin. I've got some of my old Kakai seeds that I saved here, but I really have enjoyed eating those pumpkin seeds, and I want to try this year to get a big crop of Kakai pumpkins. Like I said, I really like squash, and I just wanted to try these big cheese squash, Magdalena big cheese squash, that I got from Native Seed Search. Excited about that. And of course, I really like these New Mexico bolitas. These are the beans that I've been growing for a number of years now, and I even have some seed left over from 2018, some seed left over from 2019. So I'll probably plant a lot of that this year. I'm going to see if I can grow a lot more beans. And then I'm going to try growing tomatillo. I've never grown this plant before, but my brother was growing a tomatillo this last year, and I was really intrigued by it. It's a very cool plant, and the fruits are really, really interesting. And I don't really like tomatoes very much. I grow the tomatoes for my family, but I'm not sure if I like tomatillos either, but I'm going to give it a shot. And then sunflowers. I'm going to give these Mongolian giants a try. One thing I'm going to do this year is I really would like to have a flower garden. Yeah, I really want to just grow right in the midst of my raised beds for vegetables. I think I'm going to take one portion of that and actually just plant it with a variety of flowers. Some that will possibly like have edible flowers like borage. I really enjoy growing that. And the reason that I want to do that is there's a lot of different reasons that I want to do that, but number one, it's just enjoyable. So just for the aesthetic purposes of having some beautiful flowers, in and amongst all your vegetables, that's kind of a cool thing to me. Another reason is, and maybe it's just obvious, the bees. So sunflowers bring in tons of bees. Borage, the bees love that. I want to try to get pollinators into my garden more and more. And so that's one of the ways that I've decided I'm going to try to do that, is just have a portion of my garden be just for flowers. And some of them, like the sunflowers, are going to produce some seed for me to eat, and I'm all about that. I really want to try to see how much sunflower seed I can harvest and save just to chew and just to eat throughout the fall and the winter this coming year. So I'm really excited about that. One of the other things that I wanted to mention in this video is just a couple of resources for you that have been really helpful for me in planning out my garden and in thinking about what I want to grow and how do those different varieties of plants work in my climate. So this is a great resource that I just learned about last year here in town, the Albuquerque Public Library Seed Library. I don't know if you guys have a resource similar to this where you live, but I would really look into that. Here, through our public library, if you have your library card and you're in good standing, you can get up to 30 seed packets each year to each adult or child that has a card in good standing. So that's a lot of seeds that you can get for free just for having a library card. And here's their PDF that details all the different flower seeds, herbs you can get. And this is the list of vegetables that you can get for free through the library. So that is a really valuable resource. Would encourage you to check that out. The other one I wanted to show you is this right here. Don't forget to check your local ag extension and see what kind of resources they have for growing recommended varieties of vegetables and plants in your area. So this here is their circular they put out for growing zones, recommended crop varieties, planting and harvesting information for home vegetable gardens in New Mexico. And here is the kind of the zone map. And we're here in Albuquerque, which is in this white area, which you go down here and look, we're area number 2. So, and then you go down a little further and there's a table for each area that shows you recommended planting times for vegetables in your area. So for example here, I was mentioning earlier I want to plant some fava beans, and for my area 2, it says I can start in mid-February and plant those anytime from mid-February through mid-April is the best planting time for that type of vegetable. So I just wanted to show you guys that your local ag extension may have a ton of free, very useful information for you. All right, so this is my compost pile, which I have changed for this year. Right now, this is just leaf storage, and this is going to be my main area where I'm composting. So we'll probably get into that a little bit more later. But this is the main area of my garden, and as you can see right now, I've just got it covered up with leaves from the fall, just to kind of keep the soil protected and keep it a little more moist. Well, that about does it for today's episode. I hope you guys are as excited about seeds and getting things started in your gardens for this year as I am. So thanks for watching. You guys take it easy, and we'll catch you next time.